Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Shining Song Starnova with me, Phantom Zwei. So, when we last left off, Starnova was going to go with Julie to a nightclub to hang out on her birthday, and Producer San had just warned them not to get into too much trouble during their vacation. And judging by the line that we're starting off with here, I'm guessing that probably didn't happen. So let's begin. And yet, on the evening of Julie's birthday, my cell vibrated as it received a message. I flipped it and saw a text from Julie. "Oi, Producer-san, where are you? We're all waiting at Ropponigi for you." They were waiting for me of all people? Did they automatically just assume I would be there too? I texted back. I thought it was a girls' night out. You guys can enjoy yourselves without me. No way, come on, you've got to be here too. What was this? And here I thought I would just make things awkward if I were there. A moment later, I received another text from Sasami. "Producer-san, I'm sorry, but the other girls are saying they're going to keep drinking until you show up." Alright, and I love that face she sent, by the way. Are you for real? Were they seriously going to get wasted? My cell vibrated as I received a photo from Aki in front of a fishbowl of what I presumed was just fruit juice, and definitely not some kind of intoxicating beverage. I dropped my cell and shook my head. Clearly, I'd been way too lax with them, and they had all forgotten that I was supposed to be the one enforcing the agency rules. What were those girls doing? And yet, I found myself at the club the girls were beckoning, or at the girls beckoning. Of course this would be how things turned out. This is the same bar that we went to with Mariah earlier in the game, I think. Though I suppose it's supposed to be a different place, because they're going clubbing, but, you know, same background. This was just the rule of the world. There was no way any man on this planet was going to be able to resist the temptation to show up after being invited to a party by 7 pretty girls. Touché. In the end, even I was a man. I showed myself to where the girls were gathered. Julie ran to me with a loud squeal and wrapped her arms around me. "Yeah, Producer-san's in the house." Yeah. Happy birthday. Her face was already looking pale, and she had the stupid expression of being drunk. The rest of the girls were seated at their table. "About time you showed up, Oni-chan. I was beginning to wonder whether you decided to ditch us." Judging from the empty fishbowl in front of Aki, she was definitely having a sugar rush from chugging all that juice, and was definitely not drunk. Yatta, it's Pikun! Meanwhile, Sasami looked considerably out of her element as the loud music blared overhead. Oh dear. And at the very far side of the spectrum, it looked like Mika was already passed out drunk on the table, her face completely obscured by her messy hair. What's her story? Don't mind her. She took 2 drinks, then passed out. Ah, I see. Of course. Anyways, it's not like any of you guys even invited me. I had no clue I was even supposed to be here. Of course you were. You're our producer, aren't you? More Producer-san. There's no need to be tsundere. Here, take a seat. Nimue patted the empty space next to her at the table. Unfair. I want to sit next to Oni-chan. No, Pikun's gonna sit next to me. Mariah sighed and rolled her eyes at the girl's enthusiasm. You're gonna be that man with bitches on his left and right arm, Producer. Ah, what a Roppongi stereotype. Don't tell me you're one of those guys who became an idol producer because you want to screw idols. I bet that's what you're playing at here. I can already see all through your tricks. Or through all your tricks. Oi. Fuck everything. With that, Mariah poured a glass of sake down her throat. Hey, wait. You guys better not be playing me to get picked the center again. It was such a pain last time. I nearly drowned in the hot springs, you know. Julie came back from the bar, beers in hand. That? Don't worry, we're all cool about that now. We're all sisters, no matter who gets chosen the center. Even if Julie-chan's the super bitch of Starnova, eh? Shut your brat trap shit, loli. Anyways, drink. It's a party. Julie handed me a glass of beer. Well, I wasn't going to pass on perfectly good beer. Very few things could beat a cold brewski on a hot summer night. Here I was, invited by 7 idols for a party at a Roppongi nightclub. By any metric, most people would consider me to be a lucky guy. Indeed, some men in this industry, or join this industry to get close to an idol, then walk the proverbial aisle with her once she retires. Enough idols have gotten married to their producers for me to know that such a thing was within the realm of possibility. But despite that, I was a producer because I loved idols. Not just as a man, but as an ideal. My dream was to create Japan's #1 top idol unit. Getting an idol as a wife wasn't germane to my objectives. Ahem. But with that said, who wouldn't want to be surrounded by a bunch of hot women at a nightclub? My situation lifted my spirits, motivating me to drink more than usual. The world spun around me as loud music played overhead. Mariah slammed down her umpteenth shot of sake on the table. Hey, everyone! What? I'm gonna teach you some shit. Listen to your senpai's life advice. Life advice, huh? This ought to be good. In this business, you always need an escape plan. Honestly, you never know when everything's gonna go right down the shitter. Everything's going all fine, and you're the public sweetheart one moment, and then pow! Some bitter Oda starts one little rumor about you on his blog, and all of a sudden the world's turned against you in the blink of an eye. Kashiwagi, what's your escape hatch if that happens? I'll let Oni-chan take care of me. Aki wrapped herself around my arm. Oi, stop it. Acceptable. That's one of the most reliable golden parachutes for an idol. Let your producer screw you, then make him take responsibility for everything that happens after. Bonus points if you get preggers, and he puts the ring on your finger. I facepalmed. Dark. All of Mariah's opinions are so dark, eh? Oi, that's only if your producer's half decent, you know? What if he just pumps and dumps you? Then you're up the river without a paddle. Terrible. Well, I'm not saying I would do something like that. Well, no parachute's foolproof. Watanabe, what's your parachute? Eh? Me? Maybe I'll just become an AV idol. I both facepalmed and shook my head. You. Any plan is valid, long as there's a plan. Size. If you're an ex-idol, that's an extra selling point in the adult entertainment biz. You can make quite a bit as an AV star nowadays. I hear some idols who go into AV can make over 2 million yen per film. Ah, people who look down on you for screwing random guys on DVDs. All they want, but no more money has no sense. Akimoto, what's your... Nemu. Actually, screw you and your rich family. Next! Oh... Shimazaki? Yes, it's you I'm most worried about. Always trusting everyone and repeating, I'll do my best, like some kind of wind-up doll. If you keep that up, it'll be you who's forced into doing AV before any of us. Eh? No way. Mariah spoke in a dead serious manner, pounding her fist on the table. That's why you always need a golden parachute. A golden parachute! Well, I can always go back to waitressing at my parents' bar. Naive! When shit hits an idol, shit splatters absolutely everywhere. Do you really want your troubles to follow you to your family's business? What if a crazy fan vandalizes your bar, or leaves threatening messages on voicemail? What do you do then, huh? They can do that? Are you for real? I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Mariah bored lasers into Sasami with her eyes. I put my arm in front of Sasami before Mariah made her cry. Oi, that's enough, don't you think? You're just scaring your kohai, Mariah. I'm just trying to help out here, crying out loud. In a world filled with nothing but shit-eaters, you always need to have an escape hatch handy. Or, you know, just don't do anything which might spark a scandal in the first place. Producer-san's right. As long as we do our best, I'm sure our fans will continue to support us. More with your do our best, eh? So the bottom line is basically, make Producer-san lovey-dovey with you so that if anything happens, he'll take care of you when you know you're no longer an idol. Sure sounds like it, eh? Or you can play your cards right, make 1 billion yen while you're idling, then retire from all work in your mid-20s. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, many idols still pursue successful careers even after they retired. So there's no need to trick Producer-san or do anything perverted. Isn't that right, Producer-san? Suddenly, Mika shot up from her comatose slumber. She looked around in confusion. What manner of dark dungeon is this? Could I have been taken for capture by the Army of the Light? Is this where unbelievable H events will unfold? Not unless you pay the extra downloadable content fee, Mika. That isn't true, it's actually free, I believe. Oh, Mika-chan. Mariah shook her head. I take back what I said about Sasa-chan. It's actually Mika who I'm worried about the most. Figures. This is just how Chuni-chan is, eh? How is a former shut-in like her ever gonna survive in the idol business? Well, she has you guys to watch over her, right? Are you for real? It's gonna take a small miracle for her to become an idol. Isn't she already an idol? Like, small scale, but I mean, you guys have said so yourselves. That, you know, you've started somewhere. Anyway, well, at least we know she won't be caught in a sex scandal, unlike a certain other super bitch. Oh, wait, shut your brat trap, shit loli. Besides, I wouldn't be so sure about that. It's always the quiet ones who ends up having the freaky fetishes. You. Ugh, Black Knight, when did you arrive in this pit? Could it be that you've come to rescue this one? Actually, I've been here for quite a while now. It looks like you had too much fun before I arrived and passed out. Indeed, the elixirs of the Blonde Witch were of a stronger brew than anticipated. But they were a more pleasant concoction than the sake I tried before. And I dare say even had a slight aphrodisiac effect upon my body. Mika suddenly noticed the other, rather drunk-looking girls gathered around the table. Could it be that the others have fallen victim to the elixir as well? Looks like it. Except Aki-chan. She's just having a sugar rush from drinking too much juice. Yes. Yes, all she was drinking was fruit juice. Absolutely no underage drinking occurring here. Nope. That would be silly. Just then, Julie came back to the table holding a pair of bright blue drinks. Thanks for waiting. I got another one of the ones you liked, Mika-chan. I thank you, Blonde Witch. Mika sipped on the drink through a straw. The sublime taste, and yet its effects are so pronounced. Mika's face flushed pink and blue, or rather, as the blue liquid gradually disappeared from her glass. Yeah, hopefully her face didn't turn blue. That would be something else entirely. She closed her eyes in contentment. I could learn to like this dungeon. Bow chicka bow wow. She's acting like that one hoe you throw into your dungeon, who later turns out liking being held captive. Why the hell do you know a thing like that? Just from research, okay? You see all sorts of stuff on the net nowadays. Just as expected, eh? Mika suddenly buried her head in my lap. Hey! What do you think you're doing? The world is spinning quite pleasantly, Producer-san. Hold me in your lap, lest I fall off. Losing your balance after just 3 drinks? What an amateur. See, this would be me. I cannot handle my drink. Because I don't drink, like, hardly ever. Oi, Mika! I righted Mika before anyone got the wrong idea. The right idea? Bow chicka bow wow. Only to have her limply rest her head on my shoulder. But perhaps adult society has some redeeming things. I give up. I can't even think of a golden parachute for this one. I guess she'll just have to go back to being a shut-in once the idol thing falls apart. Chuni-chan is a human failure after all. I guess some people really do fall hard after being an idol. Oi, don't all gang up on Mika-chan. Julie let out a long sigh and threw her hands up. And yet men love these kinds of characters, eh? Tell me about it. Guys have been going nuts over weak and hopeless girls they have to protect ever since the formation of modern-day Akiba. I mean, is this me? Because Mika's my favorite? Honestly, I just love her chuniness. Like, she's so ridiculous and silly. But, you know, maybe I'm the fool. It's not until after a marriage you realize you've hitched up with nothing but trash. Oh! You guys. The alcohol kept flowing as we continued to fool around. By the time we left the establishment, not a sober soul remained in our group. Well, except Aki, of course. Oni-chan, take me home with you! Wow, she really must have drunk a lot of fruit juice to be saying all these outrageous things and even hiccuping. That Aki! Meanwhile, Sasami was holding Mika up as she flailed her arms about. Oh, Black Knight! The world sways so. This can be the work of an enemy area of effect earthquake spell. To top everything off, Julie was wrapped around Mariah with an unbelievably horny expression on her face. That was fun. Hey Mariah, let's go somewhere else. Despite being drunk myself, I still remember that I was supposed to be everyone's producer. Oi, Mariah, you better take Julie straight home before she gets in trouble. Alright. Sasa-chan, are you alright getting Mika home? Yes, I'll do my best. As usual, Sasami gave her trademark response. Nimu, make sure Aki gets home. Natan, are you gonna be alright by yourself? Roger, all lights are still green. Mariah, you don't want to go to karaoke or something? Sorry, but I'm the general manager now. I'm taking you home to recuperate. Boring. Guess I'm gonna have to rub one out myself once I get home. Alright. Way too much information. I threw my hands in the air, deciding that was my cue to get out of there. Alright everyone, stay safe. Oh, and happy birthday. Yeah! Alright. Julie's having some fun tonight, I'll tell you that right now. Julie threw her hands in the air as Mariah escorted her away. Bow chicka bow wow. Oh, this is different. July 21st. Okay, 17 minutes, we still got some time. We returned to work after our short Oban vacation by conducting our events at the Amemaze store. I briefly took to stage to address our audience of fans. Thank you for coming to Amemaze Akiba for Starnova's very first single release event. Since the release of our first CD, we've continued to grow as an idol unit, thanks to everyone's support. With that said, I'm pleased to announce that Starnova will be participating in the Idol Grand Prix this coming month. While we're still a new group, we are counting on your support for a successful outcome in the Grand Straw Poll. I bowed to applause. After a mini-live of our newest song, the room opened for a Q&A session with the girls. After receiving questions written on cards, I read them off for the girls to answer. Here's a question from Ogawa Kyosuke-san. Those guys are everywhere. Regarding the Grand Straw Poll, what result would you consider a success? Mariah took the question as general manager of the team. With the inexperience of Starnova taken into consideration, we would be overjoyed to rank in the top half of participants. I see. Ah, just being in the top half would be incredible, eh? I read the next question. Here's a question from Sayonji Riku-san. I noticed that Watanabe-san recently had her birthday. I wonder what she did to celebrate turning 21. Come to think of it, maybe I should have skipped this question. It would be too much for a bunch of idols to say they went to a nightclub and got wasted. I wonder. Ma, I guess we went to a sweets cafe. I hope I didn't gain weight from all the cake I ate. That's right. I had a lot of fun with everyone. I guess we're all boring people doing something so stereotypical for a birthday. I'm sorry for the anticlimactic response. Nice save, Julie. I hurried on to the next question. Yeah, don't give anyone else like Natan a chance to be like, wait, what? Next question from Kawada Yuji-san. I noticed a photo of Nimu at a fast food place with a boy on her chirper. Who would this boy be? Photo of Nimu at a fast food place with a boy on her chirper. Oh, okay, so she was at a fast food place with someone. Okay. That would be my younger brother. He's in his final year of elementary school. I can't wait to see him in a school uniform starting next year. Ah, could it be Nimu dotes on her younger brother? Indeed. What a protective One-san, eh? The Q&A session went on as I read more questions. Many hot summer days passed as the team prepared for the coming Idol Grand Prix. Thanks to our growing popularity, our weekly lives now regularly sold out, to the point where I was now considering moving to a bigger venue. Our Chirperer account also saw lots of activity. We now had over 8,000 followers. And so we entered the Idol Grand Prix full of hopes for the future. However, we would soon realize that surviving in the idol world would not be so easy. Dun dun dun! Countless other girls entered the competition seeking the same thing we did, the title of Straw Poll Champion, a title which they would not relinquish to newcomers like us so easily. And so the days of our first showdown with the greatest idols of Japan arrived. Alright, so here we go, into the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix Rider Stage, another Starnova. I keep saying Starnova. Sunrider reference. Actually, it's funny. I actually had a bit of nostalgia for Sunrider just like 2 nights ago or something. So right before I went to bed, I just played some of the Return DLC. And that was enjoyable. I actually played probably about half of the scenario, because, you know, it's fairly short, because that's just the DLC campaign for that. And thankfully, it isn't just littered with battles, but I digress. I have a special place in my heart for Sunrider, so I do hope they continue that series at some point. Alright. Natan looked around like a tourist as we walked through the showgrounds. Several outdoor stages were set up all around Odaiba, even, presenting hundreds of idols or shows by idol groups across the nation throughout the entire 3-day-long festival. So this is the Idol Grand Prix. Look there, Pikun. It's the Platinum Class girls. And there, it's Maizono Sayaka-san. Calm the hell down. You're sounding like a country girl otaku taking her first trip to Tokyo. You're an idol yourself, aren't you? Start acting the part at least. Sorry, but it's crazy, ain't it? We're gonna be sharing a stage with legends. I remember seeing Platinum's classes live on TV. They filled the Saitama Super Arena, you know? Aki laughed confidently. Oh, you're naive. This merely means the Starnova's moment is here. Understand this, the other units aren't here for us to admire. They're our competition. We're gonna have to surpass all of them if we want to win the Grand Straw Poll. Mariah opened the program. Let's see who else is gonna be performing on our stage. What? Is something the matter? Oi, producer, what's the meaning of this? It's gonna be Quasar. Mariah passed me her program. Suddenly, I saw it. The rest of the girls bunched up around us. What? What's wrong? Oi, producer-san, you better not have messed something up. Alas, has misfortune befallen us so soon? This has got to be a misprint. I showed the program to the girls, where somehow we were scheduled to appear on the main stage. And by the main stage, I meant the gargantuan arena that could accommodate 10,000 attendees. You needed to be within the top 10 most powerful idol groups in the country to even have a shot at appearing there. Clearly, this had to be a mistake, as there was no way the event organizations would have given such an enormous stage to an upcoming idol group like us. In fact, even as Starnova's producer, I knew that there was no way we were going to make an impression at a venue of 10,000. Wait, that's not all. Look who will be performing right after us. Quasar? Producer, this is a big problem. You never told us we were going to be on the main stage. If we perform at such a huge venue, and right before Quasar, there's no way. We're going to look like a bunch of fish out of water. This is going to be a complete massacre. Mariah's got a point. I thought we were going to perform at one of the side stages. At this rate, we're going to be like the Basters going up against the Giants. We're going to be carried out on stretchers. Stay calm, everyone. We were originally scheduled to perform at Stage Aqua. This is most likely just a mistake. Come on, there's no way the festival organizers would even let us use the main stage in the first place. That does make sense. I mean, if you think about it, why would they want newcomers like us on such a valuable stage, when there's no doubt a ton of bigger idol groups with deep pockets begging to use it? Anyways, I'm going to speak with the organizers right now. With that, we power marched to the staff building. Meanwhile, at the Quasar camp, the girls had just learned of the sudden schedule change as well. What's the meaning of this? Why are a bunch of bottom feeders like them scheduled for the main stage, and right before our performance too? Could they have used some underhanded means to get on the main stage? No, such a thing is not possible. What do you mean? Stella interjected, her processors humming as she crunched numbers. Based on the available data, Shining Productions lacks both the cash base and the influence to gain access to the main stage. The probability of them gaining access to the main stage via their own means remains near nil. Stella's right. There are forces at play here beyond our knowledge. It would take quite a powerful man indeed to change the schedule like this on such short notice. Kamijo! You don't mean... Shiro smiled knowingly at her fellow teammates. In any matter, none of this concerns us. Ladies, we shall proceed as planned, regardless of who performs before us. Be it Starnova or whatever group else group here today, Quasar shall be victorious. Hi. Obviously, like, that is exactly why they're freaking out, is that they have no chance in hell at even making an impression when they're just gonna, like, any impression they did make would just be instantly wiped out by Quasar. Kyosuke and the rest of Starnova's Woda squad noticed the change as well. Ma, isn't this a good thing for the girls? Now that they got the best stage in the entire festival, surely they'll gain many new supporters on this day. However, Kyosuke folded his arms, his face locked into a frown. I don't like this. Something's weird. Weird? Strange winds blow from the horizon, my brother. Whether it will help the girls sail to their destination, or bring a dark maelstrom, I cannot tell. He turned to the men. Men! The girls will no doubt be shaken by this unexpected development. We must redouble our efforts to support them in this pivotal battle. The crowd at the main stage will be unlike anything any of us has dealt with before. Let's cheer our hearts out so that our voices may reach them, despite the huge venue. Move out! The fan squad! I returned to the girls after speaking to the festival staff. So what's going on, producer? No luck. The programming's already been decided. There's no way to get us back on stage Aqua without reshuffling everyone else's performances as well. No way. So we're really performing on the main stage? And right before Quasar too? It's gonna be a massacre, I tell ya. Complete massacre. It's strange. Oi, let's think about this for a minute. This is the main stage we're talking about. There's no way we were put there on accident, considering it's the most important stage in the festival. Could someone have worked behind the scenes to set all this up? Maybe we have some really rich fan who paid for us to get on the main stage? No, that can't be it. At this rate, we're going to be absolutely smothered when Quasar performs right after us. It feels more like someone set us up to fail. Even though Mariah's words sounded like a crazy conspiracy theory, I couldn't help but start to think along the same lines as well. It's that producer from Quasar, isn't it? Oi, Mariah, is there some reason why he might be out to get us? That's... Could he be targeting you because you were in Quasar? I don't know. Anyways, it's obvious they wouldn't want an ex-member becoming the general manager of a growing rival group. So they're just trying to kill us while we're still in the cradle. Is this as far as we'll be able to reach? No. No! Listen up, everyone. Can't you see this is our big chance? What? What do you mean? The main stage. And right before Quasar's performance, too. Meaning the venue is going to be packed. Normally, we'd need years of building up our fan base before we could even dream of being on the main stage. But thanks to this lucky accident, we can sing and dance there right now, today. If this isn't the perfect dance to show everyone who's come to the Idol Grand Prix full of the power of Starnova, then I don't know what else would qualify. We've practiced hard the past few months to dazzle everyone, right? Then what does it matter whether we're on stage Aqua or the main stage? Either way, our routine's gonna amaze everyone, isn't it? We're gonna win this, and not only rank in the top half of the straw poll, but score an unprecedented victory. We're gonna make the history by being the first idol group to win the straw poll in their first participation in the Grand Prix. Aki-chan's precisely right. For what reason are we afraid of the main stage? Regardless of whether we've got an audience of half a dozen or 10,000, Starnova will always perform at our best. It doesn't matter if our stage is a back alley stand or the Tokyo Dome. We'll give our very best performance anyways. Let's try our best. Even though this isn't how we thought the Grand Prix would go, this is our big chance to give Starnova an unbelievable spotlight. What am I doing? Boy, everyone, let's do this! After all those hellish practices, isn't it time we finally performed on a massive stage like this? This is gonna be our decisive battle. Oh! Everyone. Alright, if that's your resolve, then I'll do everything in my power to support you from the rear. Let's go! Novas! Novas! Alright, so the big stage. But before we actually continue, I think this is a good spot, good cliffhanger, to end the episode on. So, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.